What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Cool JC, and this is Trap News TV. I want to touch on that Kanye West controversial statement he made about slavery being a choice. Let's try to unpack some of it. Okay, try to look at it on both sides of the aisle. Okay, 400 years being in bondage. That was a long fucking time, man. And 400 years to put up no fight, no resistance. When your family getting raped, murdered, sold. Think about that, man. That's the way I'm looking at it. And I remember my first introduction to slavery, to knowing what it was. I remember asking those questions. Why didn't the slaves put up a fight or resistance to get their freedom? When they outnumbered the slave master, all they had to do was just turn against them. What's the worst could happen? They end up getting killed, but they died for their freedom. I'd have made it to the point where it was so hard. I'd have made it to the point where it was so hard that they didn't want to deal with that shit no more. One, they'd have been losing money, and two, with us being so rebellious, they couldn't deal with us. So just imagine though, sit back and try to listen to what Kanye was saying. Think about it. If the slaves had put up that resistance, like the Haitians did down in Haiti when they turned against their slave master. Think about it. Where would we be at if they had more fight into them, more resistance in them? That's the way I look at it, man. And I can understand where Kanye was coming from. I think he just worded it wrong. I would have never said choice, because I don't believe in that. I would have said, why didn't they put up more of a fight? Now, on the other aisle, you have to look at it, man. And I always use this analogy. The wild horse versus the domesticated horse. If you go out in the wild right now and you find a wild horse, and you try to capture that wild horse, what is he going to do? Buck. Though that's symbolic of the first slaves, they bucked. That's why a lot of them lost their lives coming across the Atlantic, the slave trade routes. They jumped overboard because they knew what they were going to was going to be bad. So they was first one. They are symbolically the wild horse. Now the domesticated horse are the ones that, when they came here, they were psychologically brainwashed, broken down, script, robbed the knowledge of self and all that other stuff, and they became more, like I say, more domesticated. The horse tied to the lawn chair. That's the domesticated horse. All he had to do was just move. The chair gonna follow him, and he could take off running. Now you tie the wild horse up to that same chair, he's gonna buck. He's gonna take off running. And that's what I'm saying, man. So when he said a choice, I think he just chose poor wording. It should have been, why did he put up more of a fight? That's what I would have said. And you got to think about it also. When they went and got new slaves and brought them to the land, they had slaves on it already. Now look at the psychological game they played to it. When they got those new slaves and they brought them here, and the new slaves seen people that looked like them doing work, getting beat, and keep on working. It was a psychological thing. They thought it was okay. You know what I'm saying? And then they having kids coming in born into slavery. So they thought it was okay too. They thought it was normal. Now remember Harriet Tubman, when she was freeing slaves, she said she could have saved more slaves only if they knew they was in bondage. That's how the white man had their mind so gone that they thought this was okay. They thought being punished, being raped, being hung, they thought that was the norm. And then also add on religion. The slave master taking them to church and telling them, if you obey your master, your days in heaven will be rewarded. Think about that, man. Think about the psychological effects of that. So when he said it was a choice, no, it wasn't a choice, man. They was just script. Mentally, they was gone. I mean, it was empty. It was gone. They thought that shit was normal. So like I say, I ain't hear the name called the guy. I ain't hear the bash Kanye. But like I said, you look at it both sides, man. You can. But I would never say it was a choice. I would never give it was a choice. But anyway, y'all, that's my time. It's your boy Cool JC. I'm signing off. Hey, like this video, man.